Introducing the 3-part options course with Hans Albrecht. Get access for free by scanning this QR code or clicking on the link in the description.
Welcome back. Hope you had a great week. As you can see here, we pretty much ended up getting that good bought. So that's kind of where we were speaking on Monday, is pretty much we're somewhere. And I told you that I think that the dip is going to get bought as long as we stay over that 5980. And you can see we pretty much ended up pushing that gap at 6080. And we are. Where did we end up rejecting? We pretty much ended up rejecting, the top of this channel that's been acting as resistance for a lot of months and years. So reason we kind of had that sell-off is I go to the daily chart, you'll be able to see that this is an extended channel that acts as a top. So that's the reason you kind of saw that big selling. And again, you can see we are getting bought up. So we are, right? The market is kind of indecisive on what it really wants to do. We spoke about how if this level holds, we are bullish. The 6,000 level holds, we will bullish, and we will continue moving to the upside. If the 6,000 level doesn't hold and we ended up breaking it, and we end up breaking 5,800 is kind of I would say 5,890, 5,860. Let's just make it 5,855. Pretty much the edge of this, I would say. If this doesn't hold, obviously if we break 6,000, we will likely come back to the bottom of this channel. 5,900, 5,850 is pretty much given if we're unable to hold this support level this morning, but only if we end up breaking this 5,800 level that I mentioned. We can chop. It's very normal. You can see here, it's very normal for us to chop for some time before it sells off, or you can see here, it's very normal for us to chop for some time before we have an extended rally. So, and you can see every time we come to the top of the channel, it's very normal to keep chopping before it chops and goes higher. Again, I have mentioned that whatever high we make, I am expecting us to top out at least for some time. I don't think that we are just going to keep shooting in the green sky. I have mentioned in the past that I have this as a 1, 2, a 3. This wave 4 could be in progress, could still chop about, but this one more, I still see us moving up higher for that wave 5, and then I definitely see us having an extended sell-off. So I am still very clear on that, is though I am bullish, I am expecting the high that we make to kind of be the high over the next, I would say 12 to 18 months. I don't think we'll make another high after that, but till that high is made, and I've shown you my chart on QQQ, till that high is made, until again Qs need to break over this 530, which is resistance, to kind of push into the top of the channel, till Qs either break 490 and we can have some selling, or break 530 and we can go to the top of the channel, at which point I would be looking for a top to short. As long as we are within this range and we remain sideways, I'm still very uninterested in shorting it, that's for sure. A board market is not a market that needs to be shorted. That much I've definitely learned over the years. So I will wait and see, right? If we break out, I will trade along. If we have some selling, we very likely come to the bottom of the channel, but I'm not interested in trading that. I'll watch to see if the selling can get supported here and bounce, or if the selling can break, then I will short the bounce again. So either way, I think it's a good time to just kind of sit on your hands till either of the level breaks. I am on the page that I still expect us to make another high before we top out, but I'm also aware of how broken the market is, so I won't be surprised if we sell off either. I'm watching it level to level. I just don't want to tell you firmly that I'm bullish or bearish. I am bullish with a bearish, I would say, with the bearish target in the future, right? I am bullish in the immediate term, but I am bearish in the long term, if that makes sense. Well, but yeah, anyway, IWM, I've discussed this, 229 resistance. We're struggling there. Either we're going to come down the bottom of the channel at 210. If we break this 222, we'll probably come into 210. Or if we can get over 230, we can finally break out and have a rally on IWM. So if you want ES to break out, you need both IWM and QQQ to kind of participate in the rally. So if you start to see extended weakness in either of them, then you can start, looking at the short target. So that's the reason, levels are super important. You look at the chart of the 10-year. Again, we did expect a little bit of digestion. We're getting a little bit supported, but again, this is resistance. Ideally, if you want the market to bounce, we reject this 4.5 and we come further down. If we start to get over that again, that is going to pressure the equities. And you look at the dollar, again, I did think we digest, but seems like a short digestion. I do think that 105, if you want equities to be bullish, it does need to digest into 105.78 at least. So I do expect further digestion, but keep in mind we are broken out. So the trend is to the upside. So don't short it, just watch and see if the support level breaks for further digestion, I would say. All right, let's look at this. Let's watch this. With that being said, so as I mentioned, I am leaning bullish, so I am going to tell you that even if we are a little bit weak on Tesla, I would say 345 to 350. I don't think we break that. At the max, I could see us coming into this, but I do expect Tesla to get bought up and to go make a new high. So this is still my primary assumption on Tesla. I am still holding on to it. Only if and when, if we can break below this 320, then I will revisit this chart and I will look at the more bearish version. But otherwise, I'm still of the opinion this dip gets bought. And we do have a new swing high coming on Tesla. So the next one I have is XLE. Again, I've mentioned that we are choppy on oil, we are sideways, but keep an eye that we have broken this chart. You can see here, we broke down, we had a bounce, we came down, again, we're rejecting. So if it does not this morning or Tuesday, we cannot bounce back over this 90 level and we rejected, then XLE is bearish. I think XLE will again come down to retest lower support level. So that's why if we reject, I am watching XLE for a short. AMD on the other hand kind of had a bounce and a bounce on earnings. You can see that. So I want to say that again, if I were to wave AMD, this would be our A wave, this would be our B wave, and we are coming down for the C wave. So if I was trading AMD, I would definitely buy, I would buy AMD as it comes into 95, because I do think we are going to have an extended bounce on AMD, at least into 140. So I would say at minimum you have 28%. Let's say you get a lower, you have much higher target. So I do think AMD does have an extended oversold bounce. That's for sure. You can see here. This is our A, this is our B. So you can see here the FIP target, I would say is 103.30 to I would say 103.30 to 95 would kind of be the area that it's likely a demand zone. So I do think that AMD will get bought up into the end of the month. And next month, I think March could be good for it. But if we break 95, then I have to reevaluate this chart. But if I'm right and the market has not topped yet, I think AMD could be one of those candidates that has an extended bounce. Last but not the least, so again, Walmart, again, this is a very short chase. It is super extended. And if the market is to sell off, I would happily look at Walmart as a short, because I would look for stuff that's overbought. And I can count 5 waves to the upside on Walmart. So if we stay below 102, you can see here, I go to the daily chart on Walmart, you'll be able to see that we do have, you can see it, we have a gap to fill in 99.50. It looks like it's trying to fill it, but it's still kind of unfilled. And this is a super bearish engulfing. So that's the reason if we have further market weakness, I think Walmart at least has $1-2 sell off. It is overbought. You can see how freaking extended it is. This has just kind of been going up since literally end of December. So we have kind of just been shooting for the stars on Walmart. So if the market indeed is to top, I would say this would ideally be one of our key ones that ideally pulls back. So I would definitely be looking at a Walmart for a continuation. Again, if it gets back over 102, we are going to push into 106, right? This is a very strong trend. But if we reject, then this would be a good one to look lower. But yeah, I'm not saying it's stop. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying if the market is weak, I would look into this as one of a potential short I trade. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm trying to find a top on it at all. That's not what I'm saying. All right. I hope you have a great day.
Join Chase to trade with Rithika and other experts. Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more Wolf's weekly wave list videos and other content.